This conference will now be recorded.
Starts today's session. So in the last lesson, we were discussing about generic API view and model mixing classes. So these are all model mixing classes. List model mixing means we can list out all records. Create model mixing means we can create a new instance. That means new record. Retrieve model mixing. We can retrieve the one record. Update model mixing. We can update and destroy for delete. So these are all model mixing classes we used in the last session. So we bring up the code into 4 lines. So this query set and serializer class is common, and every time we are changing this get method with the list model mixing list method. So retrieve model mixing retrieve method like this. But in today's session, I'm going to discuss about okay, code, more code I can able to simplify. So I'll bring only 2 lines code is enough today in today's session. So that concept is nothing but concrete API view classes. So let me show you the documentation about concrete API view classes. So what is concrete API view class? How to work with that we will discuss. So you need not to use any methods also like get method, post method, all this because we are using concrete API view classes clearly. So let's see this concrete API view class, how to work with them. This is today's session, concrete API view classes. So this in today's lecture, we are making more simplification of the code when compared to previous session. Okay. Yes. So this is about concrete API view class. Concrete view classes. So concrete views do most of the work that we need to do on our own when we are using API view. So concrete views will do most of the work that we need to do on our own when we using API view. They use they use mixins as their basic building blocks. Concrete view classes uses mixin classes as their basic building blocks. Combine the building blocks with generic API view and bind the actions to that methods only. So that means generic API view and action methods automatically will be there in the concrete view classes. You need not implement concrete view classes through much more code because we have clearly all these concrete view classes are there. No need to use all the methods like get method, post method, delete method, all these things not required. So that's where we can cover only 2 lines of code for every concrete view classes. We have list of concrete view classes are there. That is list API view. This is the class, built-in class to list out all records. Create API view to create a new record or instance. Retrieve API view to retrieve the record. Update API view to update the record. Destroy API view to delete the record. List create means both are there. You can see in this list create means we can uh, list out records and also create a new record. This is list create API view. And retrieve update API means retrieving and updating. Both are required. Retrieve update API. Retrieve means what? We can retrieve the records and update the record also clearly. Retrieve destroy API view. We can retrieve and also delete. So all three operations together we can perform by using only one class. Retrieve, update, destroy API view is possible. This is clear. These are all the concrete generic classes. So concrete means completely we fully implemented class. Built-in implementation is there. Now you can observe the diagram here. Some chart I provided. So what is the usage of create API view? And this I collected from official website, Django REST framework official website. So generate create API view usage is create only. Method handler is post method. Yes, when we want to create a new record, we use post method. Extends mixin class is what? Create model mixin will be extend automatically. Now coming to this list API view. List API means what? Read only for multiple instances. So list API view read only for multiple instances. So we can retrieve the records from database model. Method is get method. Extends mixin class is list model mixin here. List model mixin. Now retrieve API view is there. So we can retrieve the API view read only for single instance. So for this also get method is there, method handler, retrieve model mixin is there. And destroy API means delete only for single instance, and delete method is there, destroy model mixin classes. Update API view for update only one instance. You can use action methods put or patch. Put means fully updated, patch means partial updated. So we can use the mixin called update model mixin. List create is there both. List create means we can list out the record and create the records. Both are possible. List create API. So read write for multiple records. Get method post method is there. List out all record purpose we use get method, and to create new instance purpose we use post method. So for this create model mixins we can use, list model mixins we can use. These two classes. Retrieve update API view means read update for single instance, and get put patch method is there. So get method is retrieve model mixin. Update model mixin purpose put and patch method is there. Retrieve destroy API view. Read delete for single instance only. Read delete for single instance. Get delete. So retrieve model mixin, destroy model mixin this is. And retrieve update destroy API means three operations we can do. So read update delete for single instance. Reading purpose we use get, update purpose we use put, patch, delete purpose we use delete. So three model mixin classes are integrated: retrieve model mixin, update model mixin, destroy model mixin. So these are all the information which is completely associated with all the model mixin classes and also generic API view. So this is concrete API view classes. Today's session you will feel that code is very much simple. So you need not to write complex code. So JSON data, JSON parsers, okay, JSON render, these are not required. Now here also I have included one more diagram: create API class, methods, post, list API, get, retrieve API, get, destroy API view, delete, update API view, put or patch, list create API view, get, post, retrieve update API view, get, put or post, retrieve destroy API means this is, retrieve update destroy API means this is 1 2 3 like this methods. So now all that classes extend from create view require what query set as well as serializer class. Only two things are required. Query set is enough, serializer class is enough. Now we'll start writing code here. So let's see this. Please mute your audio. Now let's begin how to create model and everything. Okay, so it's very clear, sir. We need to create a model first. So let me close this. I'll try to create models and all. So first let's create a new application here. So by going to here, new application I'm using. So Python space manage.py start app. New application name is REST app 10 is there. Python space manage.py start app REST app 10. So enter. So we created REST app 10. That REST app 10 we can include into projects level settings.py. So now I'm including REST app 10 only here. REST app 10. This is the REST app 10. So after that we try to create a model, sir. Okay. Yes. So I'm trying to create a model. So model how to create means I can collect it from other table. copy this, now paste into REST app 10 inside the models.py. You can see here I'm pasting here manager model is the same as it is. So you can, if you want, you can change the name of the model. It's not a matter, but I can keep same model name only. I'm not going to change any model name. So manager model only I'm using here. Okay, this is the model creation, and I need to make migrations and migrate insert few records. Let's do the make migrations and migrate. Make migrations. Migration file will be generated. And next, what actually migrate we have to do? Migrate means table will be created. Where it will show the table means here you can go to database, the right click on the main folder and refresh it. Now you can see here. So this is now coming to this REST app 10 underscore manager. Right click on it, add edit data. So here I want to insert just a few records just for showing or reading the data first of all, or else directly you can post the record also from API window to this here. It's not a problem. And name, address, like this. So now coming to this, so we are ready with the two records reading here. Now coming to the models.py, model is there. Now we have to create serializer.py. No? Yes, I'm trying to create a serializer.py. So right, right click on desktop 10, go to new. So we have to create a file called serializer.py. Serializer.py. In this serializer, I'm creating some what we can say libraries from REST framework, import serializers from desktop 10, desktop 10 it is. Dot models, dot seed model manager serializer. Class I'm trying to create. My serializer name is manager serializer. It is inherited from serializer start model serializer I'm creating. So in the model serializer, we need to use class meta, and in this meta class, I'm using model name is what actually manager model, and fields equals to fields fields equals to what is that ID name address mail age ID name address mail and what age only like this. Now you can see manager serializer start model serializer class meta model equals to manager fields equals to ID name address mail age like this. Okay, this is the case. So manager serializer is serializer class is ready. Next we need to go to views. So view is our important logic. So let's focus on views now. So we are working with what view classes are concrete API view classes. We are working that you have to mind it. So concrete API view classes means so all the classes are built-in classes. We have to import it first. So first our application level files will be import from REST app 10 dot models manager model from app 10 dot serializer import manager serializer. Now coming to this from REST framework dot analytics import. Okay, so list API view to list out all records. We are using list API view. So immediately what I'm trying to do here in the view section, I'm going to create manager list class manager list, which will be generated from APV. So only query set is required, sir. Query set means manager dot objects dot all. And next serializer class is required. That's it. Matter is over. Two lines of code is enough. To list out all the records from database model, this is the code. That's it. How it is simple, you can see this. Okay, that's what I strongly recommend to you in the Django REST framework. If you want to work with the Django REST framework, all the operations, better to use REST app 9 application or REST app 10 application. These two applications strictly remember. You can follow these two applications clearly because code is very less. Everything internally can be managed by list API view. This API view will take care of everything, sir. So even we don't use any methods. Like generally in previous lecture we use what method for getting the records purpose? Get method. Look at this. To list out generic API view is there, list model mixin is there. And along with query set and serializer classes in the last lecture, we have seen get method and request list out list methods also. But this type of code is not required because even we are not using model mixin generic API view, everything will be take care of this list API concrete view class. So this is the list API concrete view class here. So only two lines of code is enough, sir, clearly. So after that we need to set the URL. So I'm going to set that application level URL now. So urls.py, you can right click on this REST app 10, go to new Python file urls.py. So here I'm using from django.urls import path. Next from REST app 10, okay, import REST app 10, import views like this. Next I'm taking URL patterns equals to path I'm taking. So now user dot, what we can say here, views dot, what is our view name? Mm, manager list. The view name manager list only, yeah, manager list. It is a class based view, that's what we are using as view. And we have to set, so I want to take like this manager list only. The URL name is this one. Now we have to include this application level URLs into project level URLs. Let's go to project level URLs. Simple. Previously we worked with REST app 9 dash. Now here I'm taking path into this include desktop 10 dot URLs. Desktop 10 dot URLs like this. So this is URL section is over, and let's start run. We have already in the database two records are there. We are simply reading. It's a model is common in the previous last lectures. Many lectures I covered model. It's common. Serializer is common. Okay, URLs are common. Table and view. View logic is very important for us. We are using this as list API view, list out records only. Two records, two lines of code is enough. Simply you can start server, you will get all the records clear. Run server and with run space manage.py run server. Once I include manager list in the URL endpoint, manager list and take. So we got this list of records or not? Only list actions. ID number 1 Sai HYD, ID number 2 Raj, like this. This is list API view will work clear. Okay, so you can minimize this. Now I am going to introduce what more classes. Here list API view is okay. Next what I'm trying to create API view. Yes. So create API means we can create one record. For create API view, what I'm trying to do, just here I'm creating one more class. So manager create I'm taking. It should be inherited from which class? Simply create a view here. This thing is common, sir. Query set manager dot objects dot all. So what actually serializer class equals to manager serializer. So manager create view also need to be include. So I'm trying to include the view URL. So I'm using manager create. Or else you can directly create also, not a problem. You can create like this. Create means it will create. The view start. What is this manager? Create. Is my view name dot as view is a as based view. Now this time when we rerun this, it will allow you to create this. So let's refresh it here. I'm trying to use create. So it will allow you to create a record. For creating record, now you can see post method automatically generated. Do you want to insert the raw data with JSON format or else HTML form you can insert now. So I'm trying to create a new record. RAM address is Hyderabad mail ram at gmail.com. Now you can see gmail.com. So next page is what actually now you can see 32. Post the record, it's posted record also it will return and display you clearly here. Or else do you want to list out here again? So again we can use the view is manager list is there. So manager list means total 3 records. Even in the database model you can observe here 3 records are there or not. Yes. So this is about create model mixing classes. So code is very much simple when compared to my previous lectures. So these 2 lines of code is enough to create a model, new model clearly. And simply next what I am trying to use is to create a view, retrieve API view I need. Means if you want to retrieve only one record, then retrieve API view is there. And simply let me copy these lines of code. I'm trying to make changes here. Manager retrieve. That's it. Here it should be inherited from retrieve API. We have to set the URL simply. So path I'm taking. So URL name is retrieve slash and views dot manager retrieve dot as view. But look at this retrieve purpose compulsory what is required int pk retrieve slash int colon pk like this retrieve int pk. Now let's try to run this. Now you can see here I'm trying to use retrieve. Is the URL name I said retrieve, yes. As ID number 2 means it will retrieve ID number 2. Very simple it is. Next I'm going to show you. These are all next nothing is there. You can include 2 lines of code and change the concrete view class like this. Retrieve is okay. So after retrieve what we are doing update API view. These are all classes. And update API view class I'm doing this paste into here manager update and manager update. Here update API view is required. So we have to set the URLs. For update also compulsory one ID is required. So that's what I'm using update slash pk and views dot manager update dot as view is a class based view. Let's include this updating purpose. Let's refresh the terminal and we can try to update one record. What record do you want to update? We can mention it. Update. I want to record update what record. First record name I'm trying to take Durga. Its address is HYD and mail is durga at gmail.com and age is 49. Now put this. Now you can see updation is done. So one Durga HYD Durga at gmail.com 49. Okay. Now coming to this here. Here. So you can refresh this record is updated or not. Yes, one record updated, name, address, mail, age, everything is updated. This is updated API. And next what I'm trying to do, destroy API. So this is destroy API is there. This is model class, model class. And destroy API view purpose I'm using manager delete. My view name manager delete. So the API class is destroy API view. We have to include the URL for destroy. So path delete, deleting, updating compulsory what is required, ID is required, PK. So views dot manager delete dot has been. So you can pass any ID, that record will be deleted. So I'm trying to call here delete ID number 2. Delete slash ID number 2 means this can allow you to delete here. So when we click on delete button, it will ask are you sure you want to delete this manager? Yes, means it will delete. After deleting, do you want to get the record remaining? So you can able to go for manager list. So we got 1 and 3 records. Third, second record gone. Second record it's not there in the table also. Look at this. No second record. So this is about delete API. Next we can go for multiple tasks. Like means if you want to use list create both at a time, you can use list create API. So I'm using now list create API view. So now you can see list create API. List create API. If you want, we can split this also. You can split this list create API view. So for list create API view purpose, we use this one manager list create. Both I can do it. So here list create API view. That's all. In the URL section only we can change list create API. List create API view purpose, it's not required any ID or primary keys. It's for directly manager list create I'm taking as B. So we can do two actions at this moment. List out all records and create a new record also possible again. So let's reload this and now you can see I'm trying to use list create option here, not manager list. I'm using URL name is list create. List list create. ID number 1 and 3. Now you can see HTML form. So ID number I'm trying to create. We have read it. I want to insert few recovery. And name is SR Nagar and it gmail.com. It is what. Okay. Now you can see this is so fourth record is inserted. You can see in the database model fourth record is inserted here. So this is fourth record inserted 134. So this is list create. We can list out and we can create it. Both we can do this. Next, what is there? Uh, List create retrieve update API. Yes, retrieve update API. And at the same time, I can show you retrieve delete API also there. Retrieve destroy API also. Retrieve destroy API. Retrieve update API. Retrieve destroy API. Both are there. I'm showing once, two or at a time. So first I'm trying to take manager retrieve update. So here what we retrieve update VP. Next I'm taking what? Let's copy, paste. manager retrieve delete. Here what is retrieve delete API? Retrieve destroy API. Okay, fine. So once it is okay, then we can go for URLs. Now what I'm taking. So what is that? Retrieve update, no? So R U I'm taking retrieve update. So int VA use dot manager retrieve update is my view name dot as visa method. And I'm trying to take path. So retrieve delete RD I'm taking. So it is simple shortcut way to give the URL names and views dot what manager retrieve delete manager retrieve delete dot as view. So when we go for RU means we are retrieving and updating with the primary key. When we go for RD means we are retrieving and deleting. So let's refresh the terminal and refresh into browser. So I'm using RU means I can use retrieve update, okay, one record. Okay, you can retrieve it, and if you want to update modify you can modify it. So I have retrieved this. I'm trying to update it also. Small changes I want to do, and address I'm changing. Its address is changed clearly in the database model also. You can see only address will be effect here. Refresh. Retrieve updated is. But do you want to retrieve delete means RD update. RD slash ID number 3. Number 3 retrieve is okay. We are getting this ID number 3. Do you want to delete means you can delete it. ID number 3 will be deleted. So where you have to check in this model ID number 3 also gone. So all three operation at a time if you want to perform. Okay. Then retrieve, update, destroy API view is there. Final one this is. So I'm using retrieve, update, destroy API view. So look at this final one. Retrieve, update, destroy API view. And here we need to take this one manager, retrieve, update, destroy. And here I'm trying to take retrieve, update, destroy API view. And compulsory we need to take the URLs also. Now path I'm taking. So retrieve, update, destroy API view RUD. So it is required to include what actually PK primary key. Then we can go for views dot manager retrieve, update, destroy API view dot as visa manager retrieve, update, destroy. So all together we can do reading is possible, updation is possible, deletion is possible. So you can go to terminal and refresh, and here also I'm trying to RUD, okay, slash 4 and take means ID number 4 we retrieve. ID number 4 do you want to delete you can delete. I'm cancelling now. ID number 4 you want to update you can update it, you can do it. So I want to update the address. ID number 4 is Secunderabad address, and age also I'm modifying now 45, so you can update it. So updation is done, and you can say updation is done or not in the table. Updation is done. Okay, 45 age and address. And do you want to delete the same record? Yes means you can delete it, you can delete it. So finally what I'm trying to do, manager list I'm taking again. I want to just list out only one record is there after deleting this record. So this is about simple CRUD operations using what actually concrete API view class. Look at this, every view is having only 2 lines of code, nothing is there. So this is the power of concrete API view class. The Django REST framework will provide all built-in concrete API view classes. If we use, we can observe 2 lines of code. You just notice that in my previous lecture, for every operation purpose like single operation purpose, insertion purpose or getting purpose, we use this many lines of code. And for updating purpose, we use this many lines of code. If you want to insert record, we use this many lines of code, and we use this many lines. This is not at all required in real time. you have to go with this approach, because Django REST framework official website only provide us to create APIs with easily by using this built-in classes. I strongly recommend to concentrate on REST app 9 and 10 if you want to perform the operations with the database by using built-in classes. You can approach it here. So this is about today lecture about concrete API view classes. And tomorrow we'll discuss view sets. View sets I'm going to discuss. Working with view sets. View sets are there and model view sets are there. Both I'm going to complete in tomorrow's session. View sets as well as model view sets. So that we'll see. Mostly then by this weekend I'll try to finish. If not, the next week more, only 1 or 2 days extra I'll take. That is that I'll finish REST API. So immediately I have to start with Flask framework. Continuously. Yeah, sure. It's okay. Consider your request. No classes will be skipped.